and help prevent them in the first place. These first few problems come from weathering or the use of low-quality paints. Fading is caused by exposure to light. Now, if you're painting with latex, use 100% acrylic latex, which doesn't fade as quickly. Now, your siding may look faded, but rub your hand across it and see if there's a fine powder. Now, this is called chalking. It forms from inadequate priming, over-thinning of the paint, or just spreading the paint too thin. So to remove the chalk, first clean the surface with a stiff brush using trisodium phosphate, or TSP, and water. Make sure to rinse well. When the surface is dry, add a coat of high-quality paint like 100% acrylic latex. Other common problems can result from painting in less than ideal weather or just poor prep work. But if you take the time to do the prep, your paint will last longer and look better. Now, the next few problems we'll look at can be repaired by following a basic procedure: scraping and sanding the area down to the original surface, applying a coat of primer, then a high-quality paint. Let's start with blistering. These are the bubbles that form on the paint surface that are caused by either excessive heat or moisture. Now, if you see blisters, don't pop them. Just wait to see if the paint recovers on its own. But if the surface is still blistered after a few days, scrape away the bubbled area. Then if you see the previous coat of paint under the blisters, it was caused by excessive heat, a reason not to paint in direct sunlight. Now, on the other hand, if the pop blisters reveal the original surface, they were caused by moisture. So somehow water is trapped inside your walls. Now, first, be sure you don't have a drainage problem with your roof or gutters. It can also mean condensation has built up in the walls. The heat from the sun can actually draw moisture through the walls and bubble the paint. Now, if that's the case, you need to get rid of the moisture. You can install siding vents. Now, if it's near a high humidity area like a bathroom, installing an exhaust fan could also help. So to repair the paint, scrape away the blisters. Fill any voids with lightweight spackle, then follow up with sanding and primer. Now, a different type of problem that looks sort of like the skin of an alligator is called, not surprisingly, alligatoring. Now, this can be caused by applying paint over a glossy surface, not allowing an undercoat to dry properly before recoating, applying too many coats over time, or just from weather wear. Paint needs to expand and contract in different weather conditions, and these factors don't allow it to do that properly. Another type of cracking that results from too many layers of paint is called checking, just a few tiny cracks here and there. Checking on a larger scale is called crazing. Again, to repair these problems, scrape, sand, and prime. Something that may look similar to checking is wrinkling. Applying too much paint at once is the cause. The top surface dries faster than the material underneath and forms wrinkles. To avoid wrinkling when you're painting, take the time to do 2 thin, even coats rather than 1 heavy coat. And if you're applying the paint in heavy coats, you might get drips and runs. They'll have to be sanded down and painted again. Now, you might be thinking to yourself that just sanding and scraping is going to be enough for your paint job to be successful. But if you don't remove dirt and debris, you can still have problems. Painting over a dirty surface can cause new paint to flake off the surface. Also, similar to flaking, peeling occurs when the paint is applied to a soapy surface, so make sure you rinse thoroughly to prevent this. So after seeing some of the problems that can result from not prepping your paint surfaces, it just makes sense to take the time to do it right